size down for the Morning folks, Monday. We're not on the shaper because I'd forgotten that Andy was coming, and we've been fixing antiques. There's antiques everywhere. Bits, and look at that, isn't that nice? A little Victorian or whatever steam engine. So that's what we're doing. It's all screws and drilling and tapping today, and over here I'm on the lathe and I'm just boring out these pillars. These little pillars. It's a bit bad to film you. I can't film you because the sun is shafting in through the bloody window and blinding me. So what we've got here is a very tiny screw, and I'm just drilling them out to tap them 2BA with a 4mm drill bit. I hope you can see there. No, that's better. With a 4mm drill bit, drilling them out 2BA tapping size, and then we're going to put some threads in them and put it all together. So I'll bring you back in a bit. Bye now. Right folks, 4:30, and here we have what we've been doing today. 2 ornamental cast iron axes, drilled and tapped and threads fitted. Model Spitfire, same, drilled and tapped, threads fitted. Another one, the steam engine, pillars drilled and tapped 2BA, 4 2BA screws fitted, and the whole lot put back on its base. We've actually had this running on compressed air. It does work. 2 ornamental knife handles removed from damaged, thank you, removed from damaged blades. Powder flask, one top taken off another damaged powder flask and fitted to this one. A cherub with an ornamental thread. Right, this we had to retap the nut and cut the thread on the end of the blade to suit. This again, drilled, tapped and put it back onto the base where the thread was damaged. A couple more with damaged threads put back together. This is a spike I've made. I've struggled to make with the little shoeing forge and the piece of rail for the anvil, and that's to put back together the pair to this one, which are a pair of big sconce candle holders. And that's, I think, about it. Oh, a little bit of solder in there for a little stamp, or what's it called? Seal, little seal. And a fancy pommel made, a pin that was broken off, made a bit more fancy. And I think that's about it for today. I think that's about what we've got done. I mean, various jobs. Oh, here we had this this wonderful creation. We had to make a nut for the top, a ball nut for the top, to put it all back together. One of these things that's been brought back from somewhere and gradually fallen to pieces and never been put back together. So there you go. Right, that's it for Monday folks. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye now. Good morning folks. Tuesday, and I'm not in the workshop. We're actually, due to the wife coming with me for the day, my dear Catherine is coming with me for a couple of days, and we're tidying up here and downstairs, because as you can see we've got into quite a mess, and I don't understand this stuff. This is all books and papery things, and I don't understand them, so I need somebody to point me in the right direction. Those are my books, of course. Those are my engineering books, all neatly sorted and put on shelves, but these mathematicians are just like a bit haphazard, you know. They just tend to chuck stuff in boxes and hide it somewhere. So right, we'll crack on with the tidy up and I'll bring you back when it's all done. I will get around to shaper business this week, but not today or tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to Castle Hill for physiotherapy first thing in the morning and then back here again. Bye now. Here's something you don't often see, people. A collection of dreadlocks. Bits that have been cut off. Bits that have been cut off. The original huge hank, when I took the huge lot off. And here is just a sign of how long they were. That's how long they were. And here's my daughters. These were never mine. These were my daughters. Don't think I've got a fetish about saving hair. I just can't bear to throw my dreadlocks away. Bye now. Right folks, Tuesday, 3:28, and we've had a good go at the tidying up. Catherine wilted a bit because her back was starting to hurt, but we've made good progress. We've made good progress in here, as you can see, and we've also made good progress downstairs, which was a bit of a shit pit, and is now much clearer, much better organised, and we can now start to sort stuff out, test it, see if it works, and put it on one of 3 piles. That's sell it, goes for scrap, or gets dumped. Right? And that's going to be it. And I want all this lot gone within a few weeks. But we're going to do more tomorrow. So now, at 3:28, what can we do? Well, we can get the shaper set up, can't we? We can measure that piece of steel. We can go around turning the lights off. Turning the lights off. And we can measure that piece of steel. And we can get the shaper set up and maybe even do a cut. Let's see how we get on. Hello little shaper with big vise already fitted in correct orientation. Bring you back when I've done it. Bye now. Good afternoon folks, and welcome back to Sketchy Setups Are Us. There we are. We've got it all centred up, we've taken the cut off it, we've checked it for being flat in the vise. We're all ready to go. So I plugged it in, bent down, pressed the start button, nothing. So I thought, oh, the switch is wrong. Bent down and pressed the start button, nothing. And all I can say about this is it was working last time I used it. Mind you, I have bumped the tractor into the side of it a time or two, but that only just like, you know, just gently moved it. Oh, I know why it's not working. Got the fucking door open. Oh, excuse me. Oh, look at that, it's working. What an idiot. Right. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Right, I'm going to set the stroke up. Right, and set the little click 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 sideways machine up, and then we'll have a cut. But it won't be today because it's 4:30 now. Yeah, it's 4:30 now. It won't be today because I don't like doing stuff like this last thing at night because I tend to rush it and then I cock it up and get it wrong. So there we are. So Mr. Stupid has managed to get the door closed. And when you get the door closed, you actually, see what I mean? It's all got safety switches on it. And the safety switches drop the starter out. Right, so we'll take it out of gear. It's a lovely machine, is this? It's a lovely little machine. And I didn't pay much for it. In fact, what I paid for it was about the same price as one set of brooches for broaching keyways. It was about the same price as one set. So there you go. So you know how much. I mean, they are expensive. I think they're expensive anyway for what they are, and they're so easy to break as well. And I don't have a press that I can put them in. So, and this came up fairly locally, and so I waded in on eBay with what I thought was a cheeky bid, and it bought it. But there you go. Right, folks. So that's it for today. We've got it all up and running. We've got it set up. We're ready to go. Tomorrow I'm not going to Castle Hill first thing, because they've rung up and changed the appointment to Thursday at 1:30. So I shall be here tomorrow with Catherine doing some tidying up, and then later on we'll be doing some shaping. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye now. Morning, folks. And what a change in the weather. Thursday, dull, damp, misty, steady drizzle, and a hell of a drive to Langtoft. Never mind, it's nice and warm in here. Right, what's been happening? How is it suddenly Thursday? Well, yesterday we just got here, had a cup of tea, we're just beginning to start to get some more tidying up done when youngest daughter rings up. I've got COVID, I'm having an asthma attack, can you come back? So we shot back to Driffield and stayed there the rest of the day. Well, she's alright, she's recovered now and she's much better today. But it meant that yesterday was a waste of time. Today we were supposed to be going to Castle Hill for the wife's physiotherapy appointment, but today she's not feeling well, and they did tell her to do a COVID test before she came. Well, she's done one and it's negative, but she felt so ill that she hasn't come here today. I'm here by myself, so I'm just going to crack on with this shape of work and see how it goes. But what are going on? Bloody COVID. Right, let's have this set up and going. Bye now. It's another free delivery for Yorkshire Water, and also for me. Bye now. Right. Eight. I hope you're getting a good view there. Very difficult to set, well, it's not very difficult, but it's a bit tricky to set this camera up because it's not like the GoPro. The GoPro, whilst it has no zoom, has a much wider angle on the lens and therefore can pick up more action, whereas that has to be pointed exactly right and zoomed in. Really peeling it off now. Yes, I'm not taking huge cuts. I take it easy with machines until I've got used to them. I'm not used to cutting like this on this machine, so just do gentle little mousy cuts, and then as I get used to the machine and what it will do, I increase the workload. It's lapping. Might be time for a try on. I know I'll have to reset it, you know, but it doesn't really, this is not critical. This flat is not mission critical. it may be best to leave a bit more on just to check that I'm still, I've got a good overlap to drill into. I've got a goodly amount to drill into. It's going to be very awkward to set up because I don't know how I'm going to clamp it. So that leaves us still, we're still about, we think 3/16 clear of the line that I scribed as the actual size. Of course, it's just, watching this machine's fascinating. It's just like ticky, ticky, ticky. It's like watching the machine, steam engine. Yeah, I think I'll call that in for now. I'll take this out, try it on, and hope I don't find that we've actually taken too much on. Right, chaps. Oh, I see. I can't open the clutch and have a look, because if I open the clutch and have a look, of course, it'll just stop. Because it's like that. It's very safety conscious. Is it not? No, it's dragging. The clutch is dragging a bit. It wants adjusting. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder how you adjust it. Is there a screw thread in the middle of there? No, there isn't. Right, well, I'll have to do that. I have to sort that out. I shall look in the book of words. Right, bring you back later. Bye now. Right, folks. Can you see that mark there? The end of my finger. That is where the thread wants to be at the moment. With the I've got that mark there. That's where the pillar wants to be. Now this is awkward because what we need to do is we need to mill off to that black line so that that fits closer. So I've got to mill off all that weld, and we may even, that may come off, I don't know, but that weld's got to be milled off. Now that's only going to move that up a bit. So let me just, are you seeing that? Yes, you are seeing it now. So you can see the problem. That goes there, and when that is on top of there, that little mark there by my thumb is where the thread wants to be. And if you look at the side cover, the position of the hole in the side cover, it is actually very close to the edge, so it does make sense that that's where it wants to be. So of course then we get the avalanche effect. I can put this in the shaper and I can machine that off quite simply. Good thing we have the shaper. Or I can put it in the milling machine and machine it off with a little more difficulty. The problem is with the milling machine, when it's in the milling machine, this will get in the way. Right, so it's not as easy in the milling machine, but in the shaper it's doable. But due to the fact that my shaper vise only has one jaw, he said, scraping the cuttings off, I now need to make a matching jaw for my shaper vise before I can get anywhere. So that's what I'm going to do next. Luckily I have some bits of flat spring that can be probably used for it, so I'll go find a bit and carry on. I might just make one out of mild steel actually, because it's just a piece of mild steel with two holes in it basically. It's nothing clever, it sits to those, and it looks like it's got a massively long bolt through it. I could do with one with this machined out actually, so that I could put bolts there and put a jaw on there to stand up there to clamp between there and there. But I've managed to turn that one round so that the cut out corner is at the back, and I'm going to have to make a bloody jaw for there, and they're massively long 8mm bolts I think. Right, okay, that's what I'm going to do, is make a jaw for there and carry on carrying on. All these things come in useful. Bye now. Folks, one chuck jar and one chuck jar in waiting. Now that really wants slab milling thinner, but for purposes today I'm not bothered. Right, so what I have to do next is put it in the milling machine, mill those down till it's the same size as that one, and then drill and tap 2 holes. Simple pimple. And then not so simple pimple, finding 2 long bolts, because they're very long, they go all the way through the jaws. Right, not all the way through the jaws, all the way through the body of the chuck. Right, I'll crack on with it. Might bring you back and show you some milling. Bye now. Here we go, folks, milling a second rice jar. So there we go. That is almost cleaned up. I'll just take it, well, I won't, I'll check the thickness of that just to make sure we don't go undersized. But I needn't have worried about this jar being made of mild steel, because the other one is as well. So there you go. Right, I'll bring you back in a second. Right folks, I'll bring you back. I forgot I had this cutter, which is a shell mill, which is just wide enough to do the job, so I can machine both sides flat as well, and that's done an excellent job. So I'm just going to swap it over now, machine the other side, and when I'm set up I'll bring you back and show you a cut. Bye now. Right folks, we're just cleaning up here. We haven't got much of a cut to start with. Do a bit of coolant. I think we'll do a bit of coolant on here, because we're not where can I put that? I can't really put it there because it's going to get covered in coolant. Never mind, put it up there. Right, yeah, I'm just going to set some coolant on. Be back in a minute. Stand by for coolant on the camera. Get the tramp oil. Oh yeah, that's much better. Much better finish. Right. I'll just see how we're going for thickness, and that'll do the job. Right folks, the vice jaw is in. Right folks, my watch says 4:53. My phones say 4:53. So why does Radio 2 have it that it's 15:18? Completely confusing, never mind. He's cute, isn't he? He's a boson figure that I've had for ages, that I've just turned up in a box. Right folks, I'm back because the battery on the camera went flat. Unfortunately for this camera I've only got one. There we are. Vice jaw made and fitted. The jammiest thing was going into a box of long M8 bolts and finding that I got two exactly the right length with a spring washer and a flat washer on. Perfect. But only two in the entire workshop. So that vice is now complete and flush at the top. So I can now grip that piece, but unfortunately I'll be doing that tomorrow because it's a few moments to 5. So I'm going to clean the milling machine down, the good old milling machine which did the job as usual, and call it a day. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye now. Wonderful. Good afternoon people. Friday, just after 1 o'clock, and I've had a Friday tidy. That's better, isn't it? Dog can see the rabbit now. And what are we doing? We're doing this. We're doing this. Now that we have a jaw called a shaper, I can shape that piece out and fit that in there, and that's the next thing I'm going to do. But we've had a general all-round tidy up. I fixed the clutch on the shaper also this morning. That big nut you can see there is actually a nut and a screw adjuster, and it had come loose, and I tightened it up in the exact position where it was, and it now works much more positively. There was, I mean, that's the lost motion now. There was a lot more than that, and it's moving the plate a lot further out, so that's that fixed. I also found out what was wrong with the feed on this. It's just lack of use. It had just stuck, and the brush there wasn't coming out with the handle, so that's fixed. A little bit of oil fixed that. This is what happens when you don't use your machines every day. Oh look, a pile of cardboard boxes and rubbish from downstairs. Right, so next thing, with a new shaper jaw in, we're going to put that piece of metal in. We're going to do some shaping, but first, after tidying up, I'm having a cup of tea. Bring you back in a minute. Bye now. And there we go folks. I did try to see if it would fit in the milling machine, but it won't. And I'm taking 5 thou cuts off because it's just a bit of a narrow grip, but that vice is certainly better with a projecting jaw on it. As you can see, with a grip like this, which is on very minimally, you would not actually have been able to grip it flat without putting the other jaw on. Right, there you go. Even more gratuitous grunty shaper action. I love these machines. Bye now. And there we go folks. There's only one problem. I've shaped the welds right off. So never mind. Right, I think I might be best to take that completely off, fit this piece to there, like that, and then to weld that to that, because that will work a lot better. So I think that's what I might do. There you go. We'll have to cock up. Never mind. Bye now. Hello people, nearly 3 o'clock and she's welded in position. I have to weld it down the sides, but next thing I want to do is to get that piece of get that piece of metal into there to see if we can still pick up those holes. Well, we can pick up the holes, but we might just make a new piece of metal. So there you go. Let me get behind there. Possibly, possibly not. Who knows, who cares, darling. That'll work, that'll work. Right, off we go. Let's see if we can match it up. And there we are, folks. It's welded on. And that new bright centre punch mark is where the thread wants to be, and I call that a result. I really do call that a result, that's alright. So that now wants drilling and a 0BA thread tapping in it. So let's do that. Let's do that. Bye now. Lucky, lucky. I think we can call that a result. That's on. That's flush. That fits all the way around. Apart from there, strangely, but there you go. Probably didn't fit before. And I found another screw. Found another slotted screw that I was able to turn into an OBA screw. And just took the diameter of the head down a bit and they fit perfectly. So we now have an end cover. Right? And it's now past the Rubicon for welding. So folks, that's it for this week. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I hope you've liked what I've done today with shapers and this week with shapers and milling machines. And I'll see you all on Monday for more fun and games. Bye now.